video, I'm going to be sharing with us how to use castor oil for your skin, your hair, for lumps, for fibroids, for puffy eyes, and for severe constipation. So you want to hang around if this is you, if you've been looking for content that speaks to these very needs. And without further wasting time, castor oil, like you already know, has a very active compound that is called resinoleic, and this resinoleic is responsible for the anti-inflammatory claims, and not just claims, for the anti-inflammatory works that castor oil has come to be known for. So the first way that you want to be using castor oil for your hair, and I'm going to make it into segments, is, I like to explain this so you don't just make mistakes. If you want to use castor oil for your hair, you can either choose to use it as a pre-poo or a proper hair oil. But if you ask my honest opinion, if you would use castor oil, the best way to use it is as a pre-poo if you want to use it as a standalone oil. And that's because castor oil is thick, and allowing that thickness stay in your hair can cause product buildup. It can also cause your hair to slow down growth. But if you want to use castor oil for hair growth, then you have to pair it alongside other oils, other herb that stimulates hair growth oils. So let's say you want to use castor oil for pre-poo. You already know how to pre-poo. You use that and then have to wash out the castor oil from your hair. That's the first step. Now, if you want to use castor oil as a hair growth oil, like I had said earlier, you'd have to use that in combination with other lightweight hair growth stimulating oils. And some of these herbs include rosemary, includes black seed, cloves, moringa. Yes, so this is the way to use castor oil for the hair. If you want to use castor oil on your skin, a lot of people have been using castor oil, and I've even shared videos on how you can use castor oil for your skin. The best proportion to use is a 50-50. So let's say I'm using a 50 mils quantity of castor oil. I should dilute this in 50 mils of my carrier oil. This is just because castor oil is thick. Castor oil is thick, and you don't want the oils staying on your skin, right? Staying on your skin. Who should use castor oil on their skin? People who are battling excessive dryness of skin. Now, this does not mean you don't have to tackle what is happening inside, like hydration. So you have to stay hydrated. But if you choose to use castor oil on your skin, ensure that you're diluting it so it doesn't stay just right on top on your skin. Now, how do you use castor oil for lumps? This is no longer a claim. There are a lot of people that have shared their results. And how do you use castor oil? And now this brings me to the part where I would want you to use your castor oil rightly so that you can get the results that you should get. Now, if you want to use castor oil for lumps, you ensure that you're applying a form of heat to your castor oil. And how is this done? It is done in two methods. You can either put your castor oil, the amount that you want to use, in a glass bowl like this, and place in a pot of boiling water to warm up your oil before applying it, or introduce a water bottle, a heating water bottle, a heating water pad, right? A heating bottle that you can place on, especially the lumps area, the fibroids area that you are applying this castor oil to. What this heat does is it helps with deeper penetration of the oils into your skin, right? So if you do not apply heat, I'm sorry, you're just doing it the wrong way. So how do you use castor oil for lumps? Lumps on the breast, thyroid, that's lumps on any part of your body. You want to heat up part of your castor oil if you're using the double boiler method, or generously get a large amount of castor oil onto your palms, just like this, and generate a lot of heat, and then apply on that area. You can apply on the breast if it's the breast. Anywhere at all you have or you feel lumps, you just apply on it. And what you want to do when you're massaging is to ensure that you stay for at least 5 to 7 minutes. This will help these oils penetrate into your body. Ensure that you're introducing a form of heat to the body. Now these lumps covers for cysts, covers for fibroids, covers for endometriosis and uterine issues. And my girlies, if you want to use this, ensure that you're introducing heat, because it will bring you not faster result, but you will get to see the results from the first application of this castor oil on your body, right? So you have fibroids, you have cysts, and you want to use this, you can use it. Massage your lower abdomen, massage right under your right rib, right under your right rib. And then when you do this, that's how to use castor oil for lumps, for fibroids, for cysts, for endometriosis, and uterine related issues. Now, how do you use castor oil for puffy eyes? Some of us wake up with puffy eyes. Now, while this is not a symptom on its own, some other actions that we do can predispose us to puffy eyes. And let me tell you, if you're somebody who does not sleep early, who is not well hydrated inside, do not expect that castor oil will just do the topical work. No, you have to fix yourself from inside, and then with castor oil the results get to show. Now let's say I have puffy eyes, eye bags. What I want to do is to get a very little amount of oil and apply on my eye bag, and apply on my eye bag, and massage this, Now when you're using castor oil close to your eyes, ensure that it doesn't get into your eyes. It will leave you a very, very peppery and discomforting feeling. Yes, it will leave you a very peppery and discomforting feeling. So even if it's cataracts that you're trying to fix, do it on top your eyelids and not inside the eyes. Let the massage be done on top the eyelids with your eyes closed. So let's say, for example, the oil gets into your eyes. What do you want to do? Just allow yourself and open up your eyes for air to, pass through, and you will be okay. But you feel discomfort for a period of time. Now, the last one I want to talk about is for severe constipation. While I have my own downsides about this, I like to add severe constipation. Castor oil is a laxative, right? Is a laxative, and what a laxative does is to free up your bowels. So for example, you've not been able to use the toilets for a long time. What you want to do also is to get just a spoonful of castor oil, a spoonful only, and it has to be done once in 2 or 3 days until you are able to, until your bowel is able to be loosened up. It's not an everyday thing. It's not an everyday thing. It shouldn't be consumed every day. I recommend Simply Organic Oils Castor Oil. Simply Organic Oils Castor Oil. You can see it comes in dark bottles, and it is organic. Many people have used it and have seen results. If you would want to reach out to get this anywhere in Nigeria, the link will be in the description below. The link will be in the description below. So I highly recommend this very brand because they are very, very effective. Now one thing also, or to wrap up all of this my talk, you must ensure that the castor oil that you're using is organic. You must ensure that the castor oil that you're using is highly organic. It shouldn't be adulterated. Now I see a lot of people doing, it has to be hexane free. My dear, if it is hexane free and it has alcohol, it is still solvents extracted. So what you should look out for is organic castor oil. You should look out for castor oil that is solvent free, and the manufacturer of the oil should be able to tell you. And that's the reason why I highly recommend this very brand. They are very, very open about their methods of preparation, right? They are very open about their methods of preparation. So this is where I'm going to call it an end to the video, and I would want you to stay tuned because we'll be talking a lot about castor oil. So until I come your way again next time,